I think we're finally done with the busy work, and this will be the last video of sort of finalizing everything, getting the garage, the workshop fully finished, and then we get to break the seal on the fun projects. And I think this is the first thing I'm gonna want to tackle, either doing a bump to rail to bump, kind of like how it is now, but do it properly, obviously, with a metal rail, as opposed to a piece of PVC pipe just sitting there. But that was just for demonstration purposes. Either that or the Euro gap, and the only reason I'm a little bit hesitant about the Euro gap is because I don't know how to do it yet. Bear with me here, this is going to be kind of a bad example, but okay. This would be shorter, obviously. It wouldn't go out that far. I'm debating if I want just a super simple, I guess it would be called like a kicker that just rests up against the stairs there, and there's a little, a piece of metal at the bottom, and that would be a removable Euro gap. Or if I want to like curve where you ride onto it. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time explaining this, but see how this is curved. There's transition there as opposed to just being a straight bank. I don't know what would feel best for the Euro gap, if I'd want a little curve there that goes into a ramp, or if I just want to slap it on there. I know for a fact that just a kicker, I'll call it a kicker versus a ramp. A kicker, which would just be a straight piece of wood like that, would be much easier to make. It's done. See, I would do it better than that, obviously. I think what I might do is get more of these stringers from Home Depot, flip them upside down so it kind of puzzle pieces in there. Where I'm going with that is I still have some engineering to do to figure out how I'm gonna do the Euro gap, whereas this is pretty self-explanatory. But before we can start getting into the fun projects, we do have some last minute finishing touches to do, and this is pretty much one of them. I also finally caved in and got a knife so I can open boxes now instead of having to use screwdrivers and TV remotes and Sharpies and whatever else we use. Kinda miss it though. Maybe we return this thing, send it back. Alrighty, let's get this thing opened up. Step 1, cut straps. The straps have been cut. And step 2, lift off box. That's all I do. So you're telling me, oh, would you look at that? Oh, that's pretty cool. Nice. Who would have thought? I wish more packages were like that. After unboxing, leave compressor on base inside of tray, fold down edges of tray, and attach tires. How hard can that be? Tire. Base, I see, that's kind of cool. They give you a base so you can just put these on, because this thing's heavy. It appears that we just toss that in there, and then we add some washers on this side. Toss the little spring washer in there, and then toss the nut on there. Boom, and then there you have it. I should probably use some tools to tighten that though. There we have it. There's a wheel. I'm gonna put the other wheel on now. Now I think that we're good to go. Look at that. I'm not gonna lie to you, I've never actually bought a new air compressor before. Okay, I have a fear of explosions, which isn't even an irrational fear, it's very valid. Anything with like compressor, or just like tanks in general, I think I've learned. I have the pure argon tank for TIG welding, and then the argon and CO2 mixed tank that I actually just got for MIG welding. They're both non-flammable gases, which eases my mind a little bit, because you're welding near it, I forget the gas cut. Okay, yeah, it has to be non-flammable. It's going where you're welding. Anyway, the thought of just giant cylinders of pressurized stuff scares me. And that is exactly what this is a giant cylinder of pressurized air. And I know there's like a drain plug, I know there's maintenance, so I'm reading this to make sure I don't blow myself up. See, look at this right here. This is why I'm reading the directions. Breaking in the compressor. Who knows what could have happened if I didn't do that. Turn the power switch off and unplug the power cord. Okay, easy enough. Fully open the drain valve, plug in the power cord, turn the power switch on, let it run for 30 minutes. Air will expel freely through the drain valve. See, I never would have known to do that. Damn, maybe I should read instruction manuals more often. That was pretty helpful. All right, fully open. Oh, yep, okay. And then it says to plug it in, and now we turn it on. I have a feeling it's gonna be loud. Here we go. I guess it's not that bad. All right, so we have air coming out of the, I have to let it do this for 30 minutes. Set a timer for 30 minutes. Let the unit run for 30 minutes. Air will expel freely through the drain valve. That just seems like a long time, and it's really loud. All right, well, we got 28 minutes. I guess we might as well skate or something, huh? You guys are just gonna have to deal with the sweet, sweet sound of the air compressor in the background while it's warming up, or I don't even know what it's doing. While it's breaking itself in, I figured we'll start off skating the mini ramp because it's as far away from the compressor as we can get down here. I have very little, is creativity the right word? Variety when it comes to skating transition. Every single video when I skate this side of the mini ramp, it's 50-50, sometimes 50-50 fakie, back disaster, and blunt fakie. Every now and then we'll get crazy and try some nose blunts or big spin back disaster. It's been a really long time since we've just had like a mini ramp session where you do mini ramp tricks. 50-50, 270. A trick I used to do when I was younger was like fakie, 270 feeble, 5-0 fakie, feeble fade, just like mini ramp tricks. I have such this amazing setup, and it really does get neglected, but it's because I have a fear of it. It's not like a neglected because I don't like it. It's a neglected because it's my weakness. In case you can't tell, the past couple of videos have been trying to overcome some of my skate weaknesses, and today we're gonna do some mini ramp tricks. I gotta start out with what I even messed up the fakie Smith. I don't even remember half the tricks I said. 5-0 fakie. I think technically I'm gonna get called out for that. I think that's a pivot fakie. I guess a 5-0 fakie, you have to actually grind it. Way cooler, a little bit harder in my head. I got a little baby grind. I grind, that was a grind. I'll try one more. Oh God! I am so uncomfortable on mini ramps. I'll take that one. I'm curious to edit this because I mean the air compressor is like a normal how loud you'd expect it to be. But sometimes camera audio does weird things, and it'll if it has like low undertones, it'll pick that up and sort of amplify it in the camera. I'm really hoping I don't get to my computer editing this and realize that all the audio is shot. I've been pretty surprised with how well this little camera's holding up so far. So knock on. What am I doing? Hopefully it's chill. What else did I say? Feeble fakie, terrifying trick. I could do that no problem when I was 14, 15 years old. Nothing, no issues. Now I'm terrified of it because I hung up once. Fakie 270 feeble, and then we'll reevaluate. It's pretty much just like a rock to fakie. I'm so scared. Ah! 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 Oh my God, all 3 times was equally terrifying. Oh, okay. Oh, it's right there. There it is. I used to love that trick as a kid. That was probably the first time I've done that trick in like 3 or 4 years. I'm gonna do it again. All right, I have an idea. We're learning today. It's a progression session. We did a feeble fakie, and we did a fakie 270 feeble. So now I'm gonna try to combine those and do a fakie 270 feeble fakie. Again, a trick I used to have as a teenager that I haven't done in years. Maybe it's like muscle memory, it'll come back. Oh! That was so scary. I feel like if I hesitate, that's when I get hurt. I just gotta do it. No, I can't. God, it's so awkward. Okay, I'm gonna get it right here, but I think it's gonna have that awkward pause on top while I reevaluate my life decisions. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to commit to getting it smooth, but one step at a time. Whoa! What am I doing? What am I doing? Where am I going? Oh! I did it! I thought I did it. I didn't even get the awkward pause on that one. I'll take it. I'm trying to think of what else. Maybe I just set the camera down and I just start hammering out like as many mini ramp tricks as I can do. See if my muscle memory starts kicking in from when I was younger. almost took you guys out. Sorry about that. And there goes the timer. Please let me turn this off. Oh, yes. Close that now. Oh my God, peace and quiet. Listen to that. That's nice. So, by now you might be wondering, why do I need a 27-gallon air compressor? Or maybe you're not wondering. I'm gonna tell you anyway. I just have to figure out where I'm putting this thing first. Good thing it has wheels. Yeah. That seems like a fine place for now. All right, let's get into the garage tour, or what the plans are, all the exciting things we added. Air compressor for plasma table. Well, for plasma cutter, not necessarily the table, but you know what I mean. I am not gonna lie to you, I have actually never plasma cut anything in my entire life. I don't even necessarily know how it works, but I know that it works. This is the plasma cutter that I got as a bundle deal with the CNC machine. It's CNC compatible. It's pretty much plug and play with this machine. This is my welder. You can see the machines look kind of similar. The welder's a lot bigger. In caveman terms, welding is like glue for metal, and plasma cutting is like scissors for metal. Maybe I should Google it. How does a plasma cutter work? A plasma cutter uses a plasma stream. I don't even know what plasma is, bro. A plasma cutter uses a plasma stream to transfer energy to a conductive material, cutting it by melting it and then blowing away the molten metal. The plasma stream is created by forcing a gas, such as nitrogen, oxygen, hence the oxygen tank, or air. Wait, oxygen and air are different? Am I being dumb? I think I'm being dumb. Through a narrow nozzle at high speed. An external power supply then adds enough energy to the gas to ionize it, turning it into a plasma arc. This arc flows through the cutting tip at a temperature of around 25,000 to 30,000 degrees Fahrenheit, melting the metal and pushing it away. I think I felt safer not knowing how it worked. Long story short, when I'm gonna be using the plasma cutter, I gotta wheel the pressure cooker. What's it called? The air thing. Why am I spacing out on the name? Air compressor. God. Wheel that thing over and plug it into the back right here. That's where the air goes. And then you can follow the torch. It goes all the way up, all the way over and into there. Most plasma torches, they look pretty similar to this MIG welding gun. The only difference is that feeds a wire through it, because that's how MIG welding works. But with a plasma cutter, you hold the trigger and you can hold up to the metal and you can just freehand and cut stuff. However, when I ordered this one, I ordered it with a machine torch, so you don't have to hold the trigger, and it just mounts right into this bad boy, and then it's pretty much good to go. Still haven't tested it out. We're gonna test out the basics today. Now, Garrett, why do you need a CNC plasma cutter? I don't know. No, that's the lighthearted answer. I love tinkering. I love building things. That's my passion. It started with fingerboard rails and it's branched into just creating whatever I can create. I love it. The whole idea that sparked the plasma cutter though was fingerboard obstacles. In particular, let me see if I can find any of the pieces. Is there one of the bars back here? Yeah, I guess this will work for example purposes. So, that metal bar. This metal bar is what I use to make the feet of my fingerboard rails. You can see here I have them cut and then I have them drilled a hole through them so that I can mount the legs in and weld it all together. It works. It's very time consuming. I have to go through with this mini metal chop saw and go chop, 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 chop. And then after I chop it, I gotta take it over to the bench grinder and take each individual little foot that I chopped and rub it on the bench grinder to defray it and just clean it up. When I'm mass producing these rails, and I put that in quotes because mass production with stuff like that's like 25 rails, I'll dedicate a day, like a full 8-hour day, to just making the feet for those rails. However, hypothetically, if I had a CNC plasma table and I had a big old sheet of metal, however thick that is, I would go into my computer. That's my computer hands. I would design up, however big the sheet of metal is, but 100 little individual feet that are pre-cut and have that hole in it already. I would click send or play or go or whatever button it is in that program, and the plasma cutter would work its magic, go over there, and cut out 100 perfectly exact feet that would have previously taken me 8 hours. That's like the practicality side of it. But then let's say for more advanced, I wish I had some on me, but I sold them all. I was doing these I'll overlay a clip of either another fingerboard company that uses a CNC machine, or see if I can just find some examples to explain what I'm talking about. But like a bike rack style of fingerboard rail. Previously, if I wanted to do that, I'd have to cut it out of a rod. I have a bunch of square steel rod that I would have to cut these little 1/2-inch sections, weld a 90-degree angle, and then TIG weld it together. This one bike rack rail would be 15 individual little pieces. Versus if I could just design it on my computer, I could just program the CNC machine to cut it out of a slab of metal. Did that make any sense? Probably not. That's fine. You'll see. Once I get it up and running, you'll see. That's kind of what sparked the idea, and that's how I figured I'd be able to recoup my money that I spent on buying it, was through obviously filming with it and then, you know, making some fingerboard rails. That was the goal there. That's just like scratching the tip of the shaft. What? The possibilities are endless with that. I can cut out feet for real skateboard rails. I can make signs. I can make myself a custom Garrett's sign that goes on top of goes in the front of the shop. I can make little customized desk ornaments with your guys' name on them and send those out to you, or I don't know. There is a whole world of possibilities, and I don't even want to consider myself new to the world of CNC plasma cutting yet, because I haven't even started. I'm hoping once I get these basic projects started with fingerboard rails, signs, all that, I'm getting my foot in the door, and then I can start making, you know, brackets that I need for my 240. I can start making like useful things. Yeah, so that's the CNC machine. I haven't actually tested it yet though. I would like to reiterate one more time that when I ordered this thing, it was shipped to me piece by piece. You may notice it looks like a very well built, professionally put together piece of machinery, but no, that's not how it came. See this itty bitty little Allen key screw? Yeah, I put that there. Oh, let's go down here. See all these individual little sheet metal screws? Yeah, I put those in there. Oh, we're not done yet. See this little twisty piece of metal that I don't even know what it's called? Yeah, I put that there. But wait, I'm sorry, this is dumb. All of the wiring from all of the motors that go into this box, and then the cover plate of this box comes out to reveal the actual electronics. I had to go in there and place some little microchip on the motherboard, and there was step-by-step instructions that I was following, but it took me 4 days. And the reason that I'm telling you this is because it may not seem super exciting to you if I push an arrow key and it moves. To me, that's exciting. That means I did something right. And also, if I click a button and it bursts into flames and blows up, that's also my fault. All right, here we go. I'm gonna plug that in, and we're gonna go and turn it on. Okay, nothing blew up. So far, the table is still intact. This is my heart's I'm nervous, man. A, this was expensive as shit. This was the most expensive piece of machinery, toy, hobby, whatever I've ever bought. But B, like I built it. We have the program pulled up. I'm going to plug the machine into the laptop now, and oh, things are happening. I have some very limited CNC knowledge from using the CNC router. I should be able to tap the arrow keys, and that should control the torch where this thing is. I don't really know what I'm gonna do if I push it and it doesn't work, because I don't know where I have to start troubleshooting. No, we can't think like that. It's gonna work. And go left. Oh, it's going left. It's going left. Come here. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Forward. Oh, dude, we're fine. Right, back, left, forward, right, back. I'm pretty sure page up and page down are for raising and lowering it, but I don't know if Macs have a page up and a page down. How do I test? I need to test the Z-axis. Oh, I guess I can manually do it right here too. Look at that, up, down, up, down. It actually works. I actually did it. How cool is that? Too bad I don't have any metal to cut. I have nothing to make. I'm thinking about it, and this is probably so not exciting to you guys, but this is very exciting to me. I am ecstatic that the plasma table worked. Or like we haven't tried cutting yet, but the robotics of the CNC machine worked, which is huge for me. Believe it or not, I haven't actually used this thing since moving, so I want to go through a similar test and just make sure it's all up and running still. I did just install this big old vacuum tube, so I want to make sure that's fine when it travels. So go. Everything's plugged in. Same thing, we plug the machine into the computer, which is really hard with one hand. Come on, get it in. There it goes. Just like the plasma cutter, we have the program open. We're gonna test the arrow key. I know this used to work, so unless it got damaged during transport, it should still work. Let's go forward. Yep, there it goes. Let's go left towards me. Yep, there it goes. I'm testing like the full range to make sure this tube doesn't get in the way. Let's go all the way to that back left corner there. And let's take it all the way back to where it was. Probably make sure this works too, huh? Yeah, okay, we're good. Oh, up and down too. Let's go down and let's go up. Cool, okay, everything works. So, I think that is it. I put on the regulator I was talking about, so now we have one for the argon and for the other tank. Got the gas line set up into the welder. I can finally MIG weld now instead of, because I was using flux cord wire because I didn't have that gas, but now we have that. I'd be so down to just turn into like a fabrication YouTube channel. Like all I do is just make obstacles and skate them. That would be so sick. I guess that's exactly what Keen Ramps does. That's why they're so cool. Okay. Oh, I didn't even show you guys this. I guess this is the last thing holding us back from being done. Because as you can see, the base that it has, it's supposed to bolt into the ground, but I don't want to bolt it into the ground. This thing is super heavy, so let me see if I can do my best to explain it. It's a tube bender. I don't really have any tube to show you. I have a 2-inch die on it right now because that's what size that rail is, as well as most other skate rails. So you put the tube in there, and this has a manual attachment, which is where you just crank it, and that's when you would want it bolted into the floor, but since it has this hydraulic attachment, you plug this here into your air compressor hose, and whenever you push this jack starts doing its thing and it feeds that rail through there and starts bending your tubing. So because I have this hydraulic ram, I really want to convert this to have casters on it, similar to, I have nothing in here on wheels. Just so like I'd be able to roll this thing out here to the middle of the shop, because if I'm bending a 12-foot rail, if I want to make like I don't even know what I want to make with it. I can't have it mounted somewhere because the rail would hit the wall. So I really need to make this portable. That's going to be my first fabrication job, is making a sort of caster attachment to that. I was thinking a sort of a cross, like two square beams almost, with wheels on all four ends so we can wheel that around. It's a tube bender, not a tube roller. So doing those big sweep, like making a rainbow rail is going to be a bit of a challenge, but still doable. Again, I think it'd be really cool to make some bendy skateboard rails, sort of like what I've been doing with fingerboarding, but I can also make roll cages, bash bars. I can do anything with that once I get the skill to do it and whatever dies I need. There you have it, ladies and gents. I think that's everything. I think that is the full setup, the full tour. Plasma CNC's done. It's ready for its maiden voyage once I get metal. The CNC router is all set up and functional. I just need to relearn how to use the CAD and CAM software so I can actually cut stuff. My welding gas is all set up for both MIG and for TIG welding. MIG I'm gonna want for making big stuff like skateboard rails. TIG I want for the smaller, more detailed stuff like fingerboard rails. Air compressors set up. The tube bender, we gotta build that mount for it. Man, this really is turning into the dream shop, dude. What a cool life. I was gonna say what a cool space, but it's more than that. Like it's a really, I think I said this last video too, it's such a cool life that I'm able to live. And that's thanks to you guys watching my videos, thanks to my friends and family for supporting. I don't want this to turn into like an Olympic thank you speech, but I guess it is good to be appreciative of what I have, and I so am. So thank you guys. Voila, there it is in all of its glory. We can't forget about the beautiful skateboarding side, but you're already well familiar with that. I guess the question is, what is first? I think tomorrow's video is going to be getting material, finding a local metal supply store, messing around with the plasma cutter, getting back into welding. If I want to make anything metal, any sort of rail, I'm gonna need that. I want to go pick up some tubing. I want to go pick up some slabs, some sheets of metal, spend a day or two familiarizing myself with the tools, with the machinery, and then just trying my luck at building some stuff. So I have a feeling the next couple of videos are going to be really fun. I'm super stoked you guys have been enjoying the journey of setting everything up in here. Looking forward to the future. Thank you guys for watching. What do I say? See you guys next video. Peace out.